Hello, ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. Thank you. Welcome to The Great Apostate. Going to fly through this one. Really like this subject. It's one of my favourites. It will be one of yours, I hope. What's the silliest, most stupid thing you were ever criticised for? Now, I've done these videos before, but there's always new material because the appetite for the Jehovah's Witness leadership craziness, it never ends. They have an inexhaustible supply of stupidity, and I am mining it for you. So, what's the silliest thing you were criticised for wearing? For me, it was wearing a zipper, a skirt with a zipper from hem to hem, saying that brothers imagine unzipping it in their heads. Yeah, well, we did. Depends on who was wearing it. If it was a 60-year-old lady, I wasn't imagining that. If you were my age, I probably was. For me, the most demeaning thing was having to get my dad's approval on my bathing suits. My mum and I shopped together, but she wanted to make sure my father was okay with them before it was finalised, as if she, a rabid JW, couldn't be allowed to judge that for herself. The Jehovah's Witnesses would save a lot of troubles if they just got their women to wear those niqabs, like this. Oh, sister, I really love your new dress. What colour is it? It's black. They're all black, you stupid bitch. Oh, dear me. Now, where were we? Having 2 jobs. Good for you. This was from an elder that lived in his mother-in-law's basement because he only worked about 12 hours a week. I would not like that. Going to college for nursing. I can see them not liking that. Owning a truck. Nothing special either. Even though our presiding overseer had a brand new flashy truck. Well, yes, there's the eternal 2-door, 4-door debate in the Jehovah's Witnesses. A bit like George Orwell's Animal Farm. 2 doors bad, 4 legs good, 4 doors good. And that means because you can take them out in service. It's important. Okay. Same here. I've always liked bass systems and cars. Always had windows tinted, rims, sound system, exhaust. Things that are worldly in their eyes. That's right, they hated that stuff, didn't they? How dare you modify your own possessions to your liking, says someone. I was a pioneer at the time and I was gifted a truck from a family member. I got counselled for not turning it down so I could get a service car. That's right, a service car. To this date, I still have never had a 2-door car. Well, that's not oh, hang on a second. Sorry, I got a message. That's not technically true. I do drive vans. So, they are 2-seater. Anyway, service car. I remember those days. But even then, my life's car choice didn't revolve around that. Even still, I'll bring me 4-door marquee out sitting on some shiny 20s. Where's 20-inch wheels? It seems very small. Okay, but being friends with a female, says David. Being friends with a female? I was friends with a few females. For not walking with my head down after I got married. The eldret said I should be walking with my head down in shame because everyone knows what I've been doing. That's funny. I like that. Wow. Besides what I do at home is my business and I'm okay what I do with my time. Okay. She said you were supposed to be ashamed of having married sex. I guess she didn't walk around with her head down in shame. She probably didn't have sex, let's be honest. When I was 16, having a 2-door sports car. We've talked about this, Aaron. No 2-door sports cars. It's unacceptable. Growing a beard. Beards were unacceptable too. I remember in a fit of holiness once, we had a bunch of... special needers came over from England for a long week. They were all going to do the territory and stuff, and they didn't like my beard. And I shaved my beard off to please them. What a pussy I was. Anyway, criticised for adopting 2 children and driving a luxury car. Well, that money on adopting those children could have been spent on a society where the need is greater. Think about that. You should feel bad. My mom had an old Cadillac and the elders gave my mum and dad hell when they bought it used, always making smart-ass comments before I left. I went up to one of them and said, that used Caddy cost less than your new 40 grand Honda minivan? You shouldn't judge a book by its cover. He didn't like that and hardly spoke to me again. Well, they don't like being questioned, do they? My mum and dad told me recently that they got in so much grief when they bought a home. They bought their first home, which they still live in. And... they were criticised so much over that. It was terrible. Anyway, I always wondered what the society really thinks about adoption. What, pray tell, could they have possibly found wrong with that? Well, it's the money. Don't be saddling yourself with people's children. It's virtually charity work, and you know we don't do that. Running my own business. The only reason we did this was that my husband wouldn't miss any more meetings, but apparently we were being materialistic. The elder saying this also had his own business. Putting my arm around a brother during prayers at meeting. Well, you're a bloke. It's a bit gay. I'm not saying it's gay, I'm just saying that's what they say. You know, you can't be having that. I was a baseball fan because the word is short for fanatic. And we can't be fanatic about sports. That's the parsing, isn't it? That's the parsing we all remember and really don't love at all. Oh, you know, fanatic. Can't be the fanatic. Oh my God. Having a relationship with my non-JW family, which was my entire biological family, as I was the only JW in the family. So they expected this lady to become a witness and then just ditch her family. No, nothing culty about that. I got counselled by 2 elders for taking a part-time job while I was a regular pioneer. I was 18 at the time, still living at home, so I was told I wasn't setting a good example of what it's like being a regular pioneer. I was supposed to devote my whole life to going out preaching. That was never a problem in my heart. Everyone needed jobs. I mean, at the end of the day. Maybe they thought that your mum and dad should support you or something. Well, they probably were imagining... Oh, sorry, moving on. Oh, I got told off for weightlifting. Yes, my mum told me off for weightlifting. I remember she used to... Sorry if you're watching this, Mum. She used to sort of pompously quote that scripture, a little bodily training is beneficial. You know, and you were just like, you know what? Shut up, I've got a belly. Leave me alone. I was at pioneer school and my shirt showed not even a smidgen of cleavage. And the circuit overseer told an older sister to pin my brows all the way up. LOL, strict as hell. Getting my dark blonde hair frosted lighter, which wasn't noticed for over a month. My mom did it for me. I was 16. What ridiculous. Imagine like a bunch of men think to themselves, you know what I really want to do? I want to interpose in the relationship between a 16-year-old girl and her mother. Because I have a place to do that. Me. This happened often. I'm at a wedding reception or something like it, and my mom and an elder order me to go dance with a particular girl because she likes you. So I go dance with her. Then I get yelled at for enjoying dancing with her. Apparently I'm not supposed to enjoy the pity dance. Pity dance? No one asked me for a pity dance. Putting my arm around my wife in the Kingdom Hall. I've told you this before, but my mom did this in an assembly once. She stretched out her arm over my dad's shoulder. She started massaging his shoulder. And she spent a good 5 minutes massaging his shoulder before she realised she'd reached too far and she was massaging the guy beside him's shoulder. He never complained. He was fine with it. Well, when I was in, I got a phone call after the Sunday meeting by an elder trying to counsel me not to hold hands or put my arm around my wife in the Kingdom Hall. I asked for a scriptural reference for it. He had none, but he still pushed the issue, and I ignored the counsel. I'm glad you did. That's madness. I heard it could stumble or offend single ones who haven't found a mate and are struggling with loneliness. Horniness is the question. Oh yes, arm around the wife, a big no-no. Jesus Christ. Guys, last one. We'll do one more, and then we're going to break this up into a second video, because we're 8.5 minutes. It's a long time. Wearing sandals with no stockings in service in Texas on a 109-degree day, walking door to door. Wearing sandals with no stockings? That's ridiculous. It's just, honestly, guys, don't be afraid of women's legs. They're quite nice, really. All right, moving on to video 2. 2 minutes.